Good morning. It is the first morning on this boat, and the first thing that we can actually see. We left at dark and here we are. But we are about to be pulling into Ålesund in about an hour, and when we do that, I'm gonna jump off of this boat and then get on another boat and go check out a fjord.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
All right, day one in Ålesund. I've just gotten off the ship, and we're about to head on to another ship that will take me down to the fjord. Geirangerfjord, I think it said. I'm not entirely sure. Pronunciations this entire trip was going to be messed up. But it's a beautiful morning. It's a beautiful sunrise. Excited to do this. Thank you. Hello, how are you? Thank you.
Voiceover mode activated. So it turns out I'm really good at living in the moment and I'm not that great at talking to the camera when things are happening. And honestly, I'm not sure that's something I want to change about myself, so this episode is going to have more voiceovers. Honestly, the boat was very nice. There was plenty of seating. Our tour wasn't full at all, so we had plenty of space to sprawl out, which was nice. There were large windows everywhere, so you could catch the views from inside if you never wanted to head upstairs. I put my stuff down, and then obviously I had to head outside to the top deck to catch the views. The views as we left Ålesund were absolutely gorgeous, and the guides were really great about telling us the history of the place, the wildlife in the area, all the things really. Everything that was said on the tour was said in Norwegian, German, and English, and that was the same for Havila too. Havila is a Norwegian-owned company, but there are so many German travelers that sail with Havila, so they incorporate the language into everything from the tours to the dining venues. Even though it was freezing cold and super windy, I hung outside for as long as I could. The only way this is possible is with the right gear, and my coat and my pants are both windproof and waterproof, which is very important. Since I went in winter and we were going to be sailing into polar night, I wanted to soak in that sunlight for as long as I could, because there was going to be a significant portion of my 12 days where I never saw the sun. I'm a sucker for snow-capped mountains, so I was truly living my best life. Overall, the ride through the fjord was pretty calm, but we did hit a patch of rough water for about 10 to 15 minutes. I don't get seasick or motion sick, so I kinda loved it, but looking around, I could tell that my fellow passengers were not as thrilled with our little aquatic roller coaster adventure. Honestly, it cleared up really quick, maybe 10 to 15 minutes, and then we were back in calm water.
Alright, so because things get frozen over, we are actually getting off this boat, jumping onto a bus, and then going to check out some more shit. And then we're gonna reverse the process. So let's go see what that's about. Gonna try not to slip and die. That's the name of the game. Is this the English one?
Yes.
Since the fjord was frozen over, we ended up taking a bus from right here all the way down to Geiranger. To be honest, it was a little disappointing to be missing the opportunity to sail through Geirangerfjord, but I definitely wasn't short on views. This whole area of Norway is offensively beautiful, y'all. You won't catch a bad view anywhere, honestly.
We stopped off at some spot, so I'm gonna forge through this frozen snow.
Yep, sorry for the vertical video. I may have forgotten to film this part because it was so pretty. Sorry, I get lost in the moment, y'all.
Everything's icy. We're gonna try not to fall. Keep this view down.
I could have stayed at this view for like 3 hours. It was gorgeous, y'all. You can see how the fjord is starting to freeze over, and that sunlight definitely understood the assignment. This view almost always has a cruise ship in it, so I'm very happy I was able to catch this rare boatless view. Now, our bus detour meant that we didn't get to see that famous Seven Sisters waterfall, but we did park right next to this frozen waterfall, which was a neat little consolation prize. The drive down to the village, though, was crazy. This road is super steep, incredibly narrow, and filled with switchbacks. Watching these two buses maneuver down this road was equal parts terrifying and exciting. Now, the village of Geiranger is heavily tourist-centered, and I didn't want to do the waterfall hike in the winter, so I poked my head into the Norwegian Fjord Center. It's a neat little museum where you can learn more about the area, their way of life, the wild animals that call this area home, plus a deep dive into the geologic side of the fjord and how it was formed. It's pretty nice overall. There is a little cafe here with plenty of seating, and if you're not doing the waterfall hike, honestly, this is a great way to spend your time. The drive back up to the boat was also beautiful and terrifying. This road is just so crazy, y'all. We got back to the boat and headed back to Ålesund, but I didn't film a lick of it, so just know that we ate dinner. It was dark by then, so honestly there was no point in filming the landscape. Once we arrived back in Ålesund, I hopped from boat to boat and then went back to my room to relax and watch the bow cam for a bit to see if we would catch any northern lights, but it was too cloudy. Tomorrow is day 3, which brings us to Trondheim. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below for more Arctic adventures. Stay awesome, y'all.